The Vulture is a single-person ship, so it's designed for the solo player. Players that want to get into the salvage career, that's what it's built around, that is its sole purpose.
The inspiration for the ship was from the Dragonfly. You have two arms on Drake Dragonfly, you see them as well on the Vulture. However, this time they have a different purpose, which is dragging in salvage, processing it.
Got a little bit of cargo space to store all the processed salvage or other cargo if you wish. It's designed to sort of sneak in, do a bit of salvage work, process that and move on to the next place rather than something like the Reclaimer, which is just a huge target. But obviously the size of it is, you can't take this little ship up to an Idris and expect to just chomp it like something like the Reclaimer could do. So to give you a quick overview of how the salvage process will work, hopefully. You'll be flying along in your Vulture, you've got great visibility, there's very minimal cockpit struts or screens getting in your way when you're flying around. You'll scan for things you want to salvage, just like you'll be scanning for mining. You come alongside, you've got to then decide whether you want to do like a complete salvage, that is taking all the weapons and ordnance off. So if that's the case, EVA out, carry those items back off the ship, put them in your cargo hold for safekeeping and selling later, get back in your ship. Then it's a process of scraping the hull with the scraper beams to sort of strip the surface off. That all gets processed into commodity. Then it's salvage charges to break apart the hull more.
So essentially the ship cuts up the panels of the wrecks, it drags them in while processing, and then it goes into the second processing stage inside of the ship where it all gets packed into cubes, just like combine harvesters. At the end you get a cube of salvage rather than a cube of hay.
Depending on the size of what you want to salvage, it can be quite a time-consuming process. If you're there in the Vulture trying to take apart a Starfarer, it's going to take a long time, but you'll probably do it eventually. But it would be better if you had a Reclaimer or some friends in Vultures to help you do that. Smaller ships like Gladys's is probably not worth a Reclaimer's time to go and munch that up, but a Vulture is something that will get a lot of return out of that.
We're hoping that it'll be a really good experience for the player, you know. It'll be the wide range, won't it? You know, Star Citizen, you're just surrounded by black space, and you come across a wreck. I can't imagine it being sort of a clean thing. There's just going to be chaos going on in front of you, and you're there just stripping metal, pulling bits off.
It was designed from inside out, meaning I started with the player and, okay, as a player, what do I want to see? And first thing was maximum visibility. So the cockpit hasn't got any struts, or it has only two for the doors. So you can see the entire processing while you're doing uninterrupted, and I think it's amazing. The ship has an extensive set of animations. It has a front jaw door where the processing happens for the salvage, and as well in the cargo room, there will be an animation for the grinders, pretty much like on the Aegis Reclaimer. It has two stages, one landed, when everything is sort of flattened out, and as soon as you go into the space, or you take off and go into the salvage processing mode, the front arms, they go down. The weapons on the sides fold out from the cabin, so you can actually see them from inside of your cabin, which I think is cool. A lot of ships don't have that. All the animations that will happen on a ship, you will see them, including the cabin. It's got a unique set of a moving chair and everything sort of attached to the cabin, and it unfolds as you boot up the ship. Not only a screen turning on, but it's actually appearing in front of you, which gives a lot of visibility and cool factor. Another cool part about the ship is how you climb onto it. So you don't just go through the door or a cargo bay, which you can, but you have to climb the arm, climb the ship, get into the cabin. It's a very Earth-like process applied to the very sci-fi design, which I think is awesome.